Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll help the channel out and it'll get you more videos like this. Let's get to it. And our first one is from Kiwi5361. Am I the beholder telling my younger siblings I am not their dad and they need to stop acting like I'm their parent? My parents had me, a 22-year-old male, at 19, and I was the only child for 6 years. Then they had 3 kids back to back, who are now 16, 15, and 14. My parents were never the most attentive parents, but did a better job with my younger siblings than they did with me. But at some point while my siblings were still really young, they started to come to me like I was an adult, instead of mom or dad, and mom and dad let it happen. They were still there, but my siblings would ask me to make them food, or they'd ask me for money. I had none back then, or they want me to help with the homework, or they come to me if they struggle to do their chores. It got annoying very quickly, and I asked my parents to step in. So I wasn't always having to say no or having siblings throw a tantrum, because I wasn't acting more like an adult in the house who was there to do stuff for them. My parents were there for the basics, and if my siblings didn't come to me, they'd deal with the stuff, but otherwise seemed glad to not have to deal with all the parenting. They were still as good as it with me as my siblings were either. It was things like prioritize supporting my siblings instead of me, or making a big effort for their birthdays, but not for mine. Christmas was another time it was super obvious my siblings got the gifts they wanted, and I got stuff I needed, like hygiene products, and socks and underwear. I brought it up to my parents when I was 15, they used the excuse that they had me at 19, so they just didn't know how to connect with me, the same, and didn't have the means to provide for me like they did my siblings. When I learned how to drive and started working, my siblings' reliance on me got worse. They wanted me to drive them places, give them money, they wanted me to take them to school, and pick them up. They would expect me to buy birthday gifts for their friends, and even the friends? Jeez, come on man, but back to it. Take them shopping for that stuff. My youngest sibling even asked me to be a parent chaperone on a field trip when I was only 16. It was suffocating, and my siblings could not be spoken to about it. They just wanted me to be the dad. They even called me dad sometimes. I was desperate to get out, and the virus almost effed it up, but I was lucky my girlfriend's family let me move in with them. Once I left, I tried to better enforce my boundaries, and created distance, but they still wanted me there, and they'd cry down the phone about me leaving, and not being there for stuff. Now that my siblings are in their teens, I tried to talk them about it again, but my sister, 16, said I had to do these things because I'm supposed to. I asked her why I was supposed to, and she said because you're basically our dad. My brothers agreed. I admit, it pissed me off, and I told him in firm and an angry tone that I am not their dad, and they need to stop acting like I'm their parent because I am their sibling. The oldest, sure, but I'm not their parent, and I'm not responsible for them. They said I was an arse, and I should be taking care of them. Am I the beehole? No, you're not the beehole. You were mistreated, man. They didn't celebrate your birthdays or Christmas, and they gave them everything. They must not like you. I assume that's why, because they had you super young, and they probably went, "Oh, this one took away our childhood." It's not an excuse. That would just be my guess why they treat you that way. They saw you as someone who took their lives away from them, even though they're the ones who decided to have you. But like you said, you are their sibling. You are not their parent. Your crappy deadbeat parents need to get off their butts and be parents. I'm pretty sure they told those kids, like, oh, even if he says that, just keep doing it because we don't want to do it. And he's old enough to, for us to take advantage of. I forgot the word is, but when they make the child the parent, parentize, something like that. But no, you're never in the wrong if a parent's trying to make a child be a parent. That's just gonna always be wrong. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have helped every once in a while, which if it was normal, because I had no problems when I was driving to go pick my sister up from school, but that's because I wanted to, and my parents didn't make me do it, you know what I mean? I just wanted to help my sister. But that's a completely different thing compared to you, who I assume they made you do it because they just didn't want to be parents. So OP, there is no way you could be the beehole in this situation. And our next one is from Froggy from Space. Am I the beehole for kicking my stepsisters out of my birthday trip? I, a 19-year-old female, am a daughter of a separated parents, and my father's new wife has a daughter, Sophie, age 18. Last year, my friends and I, including my best friend, May, a 20-year-old female, Debbie, a 20-year-old female, and the other 4 girls decided to go on a trip to celebrate my birthday. My father called me to ask to take Sophie with us because she felt a little left out, and I accepted it, even if me and her didn't have a close relationship. The trip was one of the best of my life, but I noticed that May was a little down. I asked what was wrong, and she said she was just fine, just a little tired. So I believed her. When we returned home, we promised the following year we would repeat the trip if possible. But this year, when I started preparing everything, Debbie came to talk to me and show me the prints from a group chat and that I was not a part of, which had the exact date of the time we were on the trip. Last year, where Sophie was talking bad about May and calling her names like whale, fat, and female dog, and other cruel things. For context, May is a fat woman. I spoke to May, and she confirmed that during the trip, Sophie was completely unpleasant to her, always commenting on her body and her personality, for no apparent reason, but she didn't say anything so as to not ruin the vibe of the trip and party, and not to create tension between me and my father's side of the family. And after the trip, she ended up forgetting about it completely. I went to my father's house and told Sophie that I knew everything, and she turned pale when she saw the prints I had. I basically kicked her off the trip and told her I don't want to see her again. Now, the other girls in the group, apart from Debbie and May, are saying that I was a beehole for kicking Sophie out for something so insignificant, and that if Sophie doesn't go, neither will they. Okay, well go, you rude friggin' mean girl bees, get out of here. Am I the beehole for kicking her out? Heck no, you're not the beehole. Why would she do that? This is coming from a guy who doesn't do that whole fat acceptance nonsense, but I also don't believe in being a jerk to someone because of how they look, and it seems like your friend May is a lovely person. So they're just friggin' bees. If I were you, I would make sure that one stays out, your stepsister, and those other friends, I'd tell them to kick rocks too and just go enjoy your trip with Debbie and May. Or maybe invite other people you know. No one says you have to be with them. Personally, I wouldn't be with people like that who just bully people for no reason at all. Because it sounds like your friend was just she just existed and they went after her like a pack of wolves. I can't believe we're still doing this mean girl crap at this age. But yeah, OP, not the beehole. Our final one comes from LabFast5094. Would I be the beehole for not letting my disabled older sister move in with me? I am a 25-year-old female living on my own in an apartment. I have an older sister who is a 29-year-old female. She has the mind of a 14-year-old, severe ADHD, and weighs 350 pounds. Currently, she lives with my parents who take care of her as they both work from home. However, in July, they are both retiring and planning to be in Mexico from October till May. On Monday, they asked me if my sister can move in with me, and while I said I would think about it, my answer is already no. They offered to send me money for her, but that doesn't help. I work full-time from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., then go to the gym until 6:30. After that, I come home and finish my day. On weekends, I enjoy doing my own thing and hanging out with friends. My older sister would not work and requires 24/7 care. She needs her food made for her, reminders to shower, brush her teeth, wash her face, and help with personal hygiene. She needs to be woken up, have her laundry done, and struggles with anger issues. She literally spends all day at home rewatching Pretty Little Liars. She also has severe outbursts over small things due to her mental capability. She throws things, smashes plates, smashes glass cups, and hits herself. I also have a cat and a betta fish, and I am uncomfortable with her being around them. Like if I make her mad or she gets mad, God only knows what she could do to them. I'm surprised that my parents even asked me, knowing my schedule and my lifestyle. Like, why would they even think that? If I say no, she will need to go home to home care, where she'd be better off. Yeah, that's where she should be, but I'll continue this at the end. We're almost done. However, I spoke to my aunt, who said I would be selfish if I didn't allow her to move in with me. It's only 6.5 months, she said. The situation is causing me stress because I'm worried about how my parents will react. Some of my friends are saying, it's your sister, you have to, while others agree with me that it wouldn't work. Like, I'm going to tell them tomorrow. I have such anxiety about it. I love my older sister, but this is a big fat no. Okay, OP. No, you're not the beehole if you say no. I would say no too. Your sister needs help from professionals, and you don't have the time or the knowledge or the strength maybe because she is a big girl. She might fall and hurt herself. I doubt you could lift her. Mentally, she's not all there, and yeah, she could harm your animals and destroy your place and just make your life a living hell. While she is your sister, she is not your child. Your parents needed to have that handled before they retired and went to Mexico. She needs to go to a place where they can provide for her and give her the proper care, the proper 24/7 care that you cannot give because you need to live your life and go to work and make money to keep a roof over your head. So no, OP, no, you wouldn't be the beehole. I know it's gonna suck to tell him no, but tell him no. Because if you tell him yes, your life is going to be hell from here on out. But OP, not the beehole. Thank you for making it to the end of the video with me. And can you please do what I said in the beginning? And like, comment, and subscribe. It really and truly does help the channel out. It helps it grow, and it helps to get more videos like this. Velvet out.